model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell, and here I'm doing some more work to my 72 Indy Pace car convertible from Revell, of course, and getting ready to do the interior here. And I'm gonna start detail painting. I'm decided that I'm gonna do the wood siding or the wood paneling with paint. I like to use this one right here, which is Tester's flat brown tan right here. So this is my preference, and I like to brush paint it on, and the strokes kind of leave some of the wood graining in it. But it comes with decals, which these decals are actually pretty nice, but my main issue is like this one on the dash. Let it focus. It's got all the chrome trim on there, which is cool, but that detail is also molded into the dash here, as you can see. And because of it, you know, you got to use a lot of decal setting solution or cut reliefs in it. I did put the other piece on here to see how it conformed. It actually conformed very nicely, but I wasn't completely happy with it, and decided that I'm going to do it in paint. I also had stuck the door panel one on there, and I pulled it right back off because it wasn't lining up with this window switch here, and wasn't completely in the panel lines anyway. So I'm gonna do that with paint, and then I'll do the chrome with the pen here, the liquid chrome, of course, Molotow or Molotow. I for whatever reason I cannot remember the name on this. Just the chrome pen. We'll get started on some of this here, but I've been shaking this up pretty good, and this is fairly well thinned too. So we'll get this, and sometimes I got to do this in layers, get it built up in layers. I need to do some more shaking. Yep, there's a solid. I can feel it with my paintbrush. I actually like the brush strokes when I do it this way because it just adds to the detail, in my opinion. Really like it when it comes out like that. Let it dry a little bit and then do a little bit more. Nice little coat, and I'll do another one in there. Not too worried about where the actual gauges go because there's decals that go in there. And then I'll pick the rest out with the paint. So let's continue on in here. I got the wood painted on there. And I'm liking how the brush strokes kind of mix with the black and give it the wood grainy look. But I'll go in there and I'll touch it up with black. And sometimes, I'm not going to do it on this one. Sometimes I'll actually go over with black on my brush and dry brush a little bit black to get a little bit more grain in it. And I may do that on the door panels a little bit. So we'll see. But the console, the way the wood laid on that, the brown, I really like the way that did. So I'll detail out the chrome here and touch up the black a little bit. So I'll be checking out my reference material again real quick on that and how that is painted. We'll get to moving on some more with this. All right, so there's a lot of chrome trim. So let's get this going. Sometimes on real fine jobs, I like to take my real fine paintbrush and get it right in here. got the chrome on there, letting it dry. It's a little sloppy, but I'll go over and touch up the black and hide the rest of it. But this is what you don't normally see until it's fully finished. So you see what's going on with these panels. And then I still got to do the steering wheel. Missed that, but I cleaned that up. But get back to that here in a minute, since I will probably end up doing some more of the chrome. Clean that up quite a bit. You know, it'll dry and flatten some of the gloss parts. There we go. I did forget the chrome over here, so I'll get that a little bit. You can see where a steady hand really helps in this, but mine aren't so steady, but I rest my fingers on my fingers to steady everything before I start swiping paint here. Found that helps me quite a bit. Get some more paint on the cap here, so. Okay, I'm going to give this some time to dry, touch up a few more pieces, but I'm going to let this dry, and then the gauges will get stuck on, and some of these other emblems. So the Hurst emblem on the dash, and then I'm not using any of the wood grain. Don't believe Oldsmobile goes on the dash in this one, but I'll check that real quick. And then I'll put the steering wheel decal. So the steering wheel decal will go on. This is a tack, which this car, the one I'm replicating, does not have a tack. So I'm going to use the clock one here because it comes with both clock and tack, but there's only 3 spots. So I'm going to use those 3, put those in the dash, put that end on, and then the other emblem for the steering wheel. But I'll start getting this kind of buttoned up. But first I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and I'll get back to it. And then the shifter ball will need to be black as well, even though it's an automatic shifter. But I'm going to let this dry, and I'll get back to it. Okay, we've gave this some time to dry, and touched up a few areas. So see if there's anything else I need to touch up, and continue moving on. All right, a little bit of chrome on this one I'm going to touch up. But I'm pretty happy with the way that's turning out. There's the dash. We'll get some of the clusters on there, but you can see up close, you can see some of the touch-ups, but got some areas to work on. So let's start with the chrome actually. I don't know why, but I've always just kept the red one and used it for decal setting solution. So I have a paintbrush that is only for decal setting solution and not for paints. I don't know why I started doing that or when I started doing that, but that's what this red brush that came in a kit became. Well, that's pretty much done. Pretty happy with that. And then we'll get this decal on. Now I'll let everything dry as far as the decals to set and all the rest of it dry. And I'll start putting the rest of it together and detailing the battery and then put the rest of the interior tub together. But I think that's going to do it for this particular episode. So thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all of your comments. I really do appreciate it. And all your subs. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Saturday.